The identity of Ghostface has been revealed in Mortal Kombat 1, and it was not one, not two, but three Ghostfaces. So while it was not revealed in the character ending like I thought it was going to be, by the way, the ending sucks and I'll get to that in a minute, but it was actually revealed in the X-rays and fatalities performed on Ghostface, and even in the failures during the Test Your Might, where we get to see that it was Billy Loomis who was behind the mask. It's the only face we see, which I can't really complain because, you know, it probably would have been a hard thing to implement in the game, just switching faces all the time, but I don't know. But then again, it could have been randomized, but I don't know. I don't want to think too much on it. Because the way the character works is not only do you call on the other accomplices for assists, but you can also switch to the other assailants. And while the other identities are not mentioned in the game, it was confirmed during the official breakdown of Ghostface from Kombat Cast that the other two are actually Black Dragon members, one dubbed the Enforcer and the other called Assassin. But through the detective work of the internet, a lot of talented people have actually pieced together through the similar movesets that the stand-in Ghostfaces had, and given that they're Black Dragon members, fans were able to deduce that there are none other than the characters from the Mortal Kombat Deception game, Cobra and Kira. With the K, of course, which I think is amazing. It's so great because this is such a clever way to bring back or reintroduce certain characters from previous games. In a lot of ways, it's like you're getting three characters for the price of one. But the cleverness is where it stops, because later on with the character ending, they completely do nothing with it. With the reemergence of these characters and how or why they would become Ghostface to help Billy Loomis, which I'll get into in a second. And I don't know if this counts as a fourth Ghostface because it's probably just a storyline and has no meaning, but...
Is that you, Billy? Of course it is, Stu.
So, was I right? I'll just take the L. But, what was the game's reasoning for how Ghostface came to the wild world of Mortal Kombat in the character ending?
Somehow, I'm here. How did it happen, and why? Don't know, and I don't care.
Oh, okay, well, what's he doing after he got there?
Live streaming some kills will do the trick.
What?
That's it? What a rip!
So, nothing clever about how he got two Black Dragon members to join him and got them put on the masks? No personal motive about getting home and getting revenge on Cindy? No culture shock because Billy died in the 90s? So how would he know about streaming? And why would he care about streaming? Why isn't he making a movie? Like a horror movie? He could have recorded the kills and used those to make a horror movie. Them killing people in the Mortal Kombat realms could have been fun because in that way they could have started the spread of the legacy and terror of Ghostface. That way it could have started buzz and could have led Billy Loomis to making a movie based on the Ghostface killer. Because him being a big fan of horror movies could have been his great plan B, since he could no longer go after Sidney Prescott, leading to him becoming a horror movie director as a way to temper his rage. Unlike Ghostface trying to be a streamer, which is very bizarre. Now, it has happened before with Scream 4, which I'll get to in a moment, and especially the bloodlust, them wanting to kill as many people as possible, which for a horror movie slasher, that's not really their MO. Even though they take inspirations from Jason Voorhees, Michael Jackson, and Freddy Krueger, unlike those killers, their goal isn't to kill as many people as possible. They take notes on how to kill people. Most of the Ghostface's motives is always personal, as it involves revenge, with the exception of Mickey, who wanted a grand jury to get people to talk about how movies had an effect on society and how it turns people insane and motivate them to kill. Jill from Scream 4 wanted the same attention that Sidney got after the first Woodsboro massacre. So streaming the kills, having it being recorded, makes this Ghostface massacre immortalized, giving Jill more of a reach for her story to spread, and is also an attempt to make her more popular than Cindy ever was. And even in her mind, to have her popularity outlive Cindy's. And our killers from Scream 5 wanted the Stab franchise to be rejuvenated and wanted to be good again, so they believed that they created another Ghostface massacre that maybe Hollywood would take notes and make better movies with the Stab franchise. Or maybe horror movies in general, but Stab was the most primary focus. Going back to Ghostface's motive, specifically Billy Loomis, it felt like he was just killing all of his friends just to kind of ward off the sense that he was the killer of Sidney Prescott should he have succeeded. Because if he had just killed Sidney Prescott, he would have been the prime suspect. Whereas if everybody in his friend group died, including him and Stu getting attacked, quote unquote, all the blame would have gone to Cindy's dad, and they would have been in the clear. Also, something you could have done with the ending, something more sinister and deliciously evil, is that since somehow Billy came from the 90s into present day, he could have found out through the multiverse about his daughter, and maybe try to get her into the family business, something that she was struggling with in Scream 5 and 6. At this point I'm just nitpicking, but if you look at the Omni-Man ending, where it was Shang Tsung who brought him in to help him win against Liu Kang, only for it to backfire as Omni-Man murders Shang Tsung. Afterwards, when the Viltrumites confront Nolan about his failure to conquer Earth, Omni-Man offers the MK realms to reconcile and to buy time for Invincible to prepare for the Viltrumite invasion. I love that there was so much thought put into this ending and how it fits with the character of Nolan, aka Omni-Man. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's still really cool to get to play Ghostface, and I love that there was at least a lot of thought and attention to how they play. So I'll just ignore the ending and just focus on what matters, and I'll just take the win.